everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes. And today I am going to be showing you how I like to make my Nutella Swirl-Banana bars. So once again, very simple. There are a few ingredients here, but ingredients you usually have in your kitchen, and very simple. We're going to be needing 2 small, very ripe bananas. Here I have 1 cup of softened butter, unsalted softened butter at room temperature. I have 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar, light or dark, doesn't matter. I have 3 whole eggs. Sugar, we have 3/4 cups. There we have 3 cups of flour plus 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to be needing Nutella, which is always the star of the show when it's involved in a recipe. We're going to be needing about 2/3 cups of Nutella, and we're also going to be needing some vanilla extract. I will be placing 2 teaspoons into my batter. So let's move on to the next. Before moving on to the next step, I also want to mention that I am using a 9 by 13 inch pan, which I have greased with some, actually I did not grease, I just sprayed it with some Pam non-stick spray. You can use some margarine, some softened butter, whatever you have on hand will do. Alright, so when making our bars, you definitely need to make sure that your bananas are very, very ripe, and you're going to have to mash them up, and then we can just set this aside. Now do remember that in this recipe there are no leavening agents, which means we are not putting in any baking soda or baking powder. We are not adding anything like that, because this is just like a typical brownie or blondie recipe, which doesn't include any baking soda or any baking powder at all. So now what we're going to do is, with a whisk and a bowl, we are going to whisk our margarine, our butter, which must be at room temperature, and our sugars. You can also use a standing mixer, you can use a handheld mixer, whatever you have, use it. But I'm using my bowl and whisk today because it is a very simple, basic recipe, and there's no need to be using my mixer. But you go ahead and use whatever you like. Okay, and now we'll add in our white granulated sugar and give this a good mix. If you want to switch to a wooden spoon, that's fine too, but just until everything starts to kind of mix together. Let me just release this from my whisk. Okay, so you want to make sure that your oven is preheated at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we'll add in our eggs. This will definitely soften up our mixture. I'm going to continue mixing, and then we'll move on to the next ingredient. After that is nicely creamed together, add in your mashed bananas. Now if you have a more generous size of bananas at home, make sure you only add 1. I had smaller ones, so I added 2. Okay, now we'll add in our vanilla, 2 teaspoons. And a little more won't hurt anyone. Mix, mix, mix. And now we are going to switch to a spatula, and we're going to mix in our flour. And now we'll add in our flour mixture, and as I said, we are going to switch to a spatula. Now you want to make sure that you have no flour visible once you have mixed this whole mixture together. Okay, so now we'll place our mixture into our prepared pan. And then I'm gonna spread it evenly with an offset spatula. So you'll probably have noticed it is one of my favorite kitchen tools. So it's very inexpensive, but yet is very useful in so many ways. Okay. Okay. And just evenly spread it out. Okay, so now it's time for our Nutella. So what we're gonna do is with a tablespoon and a teaspoon, we are just going to place dollops here on top of our mixture. So pretty much half a tablespoon each dollop. And now with a butter knife, you're just going to swirl this into the batter. That's it, guys. Time to place this into our preheated oven. Okay, so our Nutella swirl bars were in the oven for exactly 30 minutes, and I did insert a toothpick. It came out clean, and now what we're going to do is we're going to let it sit here in the pan for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're going to gently with a butter knife around the edges make sure everything is loose from the pan, and then we're going to cut them and serve. Alright everyone, so I allowed them to cool in the pan for exactly 10 minutes, and it's perfect timing because you want to allow the chocolate, the Nutella, to just set a little bit before cutting into it, or it'll become a little bit of a chocolate mess. So just make sure you wait a little bit, and here we have our Nutella Swirl-Banana bars. They taste amazing. I actually already tried them before showing you guys here. They are super moist, very delicious, almost like a cake bar. So that's about it. Very easy to make. Only half an hour in the oven, and that's all. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share the recipe. And don't forget to share it with your family and friends as well. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.